All right. Moving on away from Daily Trust, let's go to Vanguard now. From the Vanguard for today, failed transactions, banks, and other trade blame as customers' agony persists. Nigerian Air, Sirika opens up, accuses lawmaker of demanding 5% stake. June 12, implement Air Rufai's report on governance. Nadeko tells Tinubu, 11-year-old British girl shot dead in France. Democracy Day, we will surmount our challenges in no distant time. Obovo Wuri speaks about this. Economic uncertainties, insecurity drive up life insurance. And then Serap sues Tinubu over failure to probe missing $2.1 billion and 3.1 trillion naira of subsidy payments. And then of interest as well this very morning, you want to read about election uncertainties trigger rise in consumer loans to 2.45 trillion naira. Other stories you want to read about, June 12 annulment was a tragic mistake, says Jerry Ghana. Aso Rock slapping Tref, Kwakoso steps up Ganjude attack. Bamdele urges Tinubu to assist in Ekwerumadu's release. You use gains of June 12 to deepen Nigeria's democracy, says IBB. New trend. Wedding invitations now come with cash-only gifts requests. Accountants accused of cheating during promotion exams sues now and all this. 5 traders die in Ondo boat mishap. All right, well, that's that for this very morning. Okay, well, let's leave it at that. Moving on to Punch newspaper for today. ECB eyes next rate hike. 11-year-old British girl shot dead in France. No comment on Tinubu until tribunal's judgment, says Clark. EFCC not DSS should investigate. Try Emefiele, says Falano. June 12, 25 years after Abiola's sporting legacy unmatched. Tinubu hails MKO Abiola promises to ease subsidy removal pains. DSS seizes Emefiele's passport, plans home and office search. Presidency backs Christian Senate President Petara and Gadadi step down. Over 56 billion US dollars lost to oil theft subsidy. That's presidency's panel. MKO, the supreme sacrifice that nurtured democracy. Although politicians cash in on Akeredolu's Hill Health Step Up 2024 governor poll game. Man shoots wife in a door, victim's hand amputated. Rampaging land grabbers kill 2 in August community invasion. Mob attack. 3 Adamawa policemen, 10 others arrested. Edo farmers arrested for defiling 9-year-old girl. Traders count losses as food overruns Oshu Market. NDLEA raids Lagos lab producing illicit drug. Security guard steals 17 million naira goods from employer. Miscreants, scavengers take over abandoned Ogun Bridge. All right, finally, let's round off by taking a look at stories from this day. Troops neutralize 6 terrorists, recover arms in Kaduna, says DHQ. Mimiko laments exodus of medical doctors from Nigeria. Stakeholders express support for ban on seat at home in Enugu State. Other stories, hoteliers grown, seek downward review of fuel price. We are ready for new census date, says MPC. Other stories, Edo First Lady warns against spousal abuse, promises justice for victims. Tinubu's Policy Advisory Council proposes sale of NNPC stakes in oil and gas assets. Group begins construction of arts and archaeological pavilion in Edo State. 10th National Assembly, Shetima urges senators elect to shun vote buying. All right, well, these are stories here and there. You would also read about this in agenda setting. Economists warn Tinubu against falling into debt trap. Other stories, El-Rufai and his politics of religion as National Assembly is set for inauguration. All right, well, these are leading stories as we have them through the course of today from these papers. That's This Day, Punch, Vanguard, Daily Trust, and Leadership newspaper for today. Do remember, the stories have been published under the editorial guide of various publishers, and we on Nigeria Info have only informed you of the headlines as we have them for today.
This is Morning Crossfire.
All right, then, we'd like to take your calls on this very morning as we listen to you and your viewpoints on quite a number of issues. Do remember to follow through with our editorial guide, okay? Our editorial guide just mainly requires that your calls are devoid of hateful speech, lies, fake news, and abuses. We ask of you to be truthful and factual as you share with us on Nigeria Info. We plead with you to keep your emotions in check as you share with us on Nigeria Info. Let's take your calls on 0709510000 and then on 08095974869, and surely enough on WhatsApp as well on 080999, that's a 999 now, 30137. Now, do remember, as much as possible, you can make your comments on Facebook as well and on YouTube. We're streaming live right now on Facebook and on YouTube for you to follow through on. Leave your live comments there. I'd like to read most of them, a good number of them. Like I can see Richard Otubu's message saying, "Greetings, Femi D. Happy Democracy Day." Happy Democracy Day to you. Let's take those calls right away. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, your radio needs to be turned down, please.
I'm Foster.
Foster, right?
Yeah, from Pape.
Foster from Pape. Go on, please.
Yes. I heard you saying Shetima, saying Christians in the East.
No, it didn't say in the East. It just said a Christian leader, most incompetent Southern Christian, better than strict Northern Muslim. It was referring to Senate presidency layout now.
Okay, then let me go back to the CBN governor arrest, and he will be charged to court soon. Where are the orders? Where are the orders? We always had the beginning of cases, but at the end, it perished. Eh?
All right. Thank you.
And the rice pyramid, where are the rice? Family, if I may ask you.
I do not know. Oh, you think I'll be shy of saying no? No, I don't know either. All right, well, let's keep up with your calls this very morning. Yes, good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Dr. Femi.
All right, good morning. How are you today?
I'm fine, sir. Happy. How is your loved one?
Oh, they're doing well. Thanks. Happy Democracy Day to you too as well.
I wish you the same.
Thanks, different.
Man, Aruna calling from Kuba Federal Housing.
All right, then.
I want to talk about the Senate position. I advise the incoming National Assembly legislatures should vote their choice. They should not vote for presidency choice, because we don't want another rubber stamp like I'm a non-Modu body. They should vote their choice that you can move Nigeria forward. Because if you vote for Fabio, another I'm a lonely and body come back. Because Fabio is very loyal to President Bola Tinubu. And don't want that kind of thing 4 years for something I think today. Nigeria suffer under the leadership of the Muhammad Buhari and the Lord. So I advise our incoming legislators to vote stating that they accused the didn't want to person that you vote for intent in Mr. President.
Right.
God bless you, best Nigeria.
Amen. Thank you for your viewpoint. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Charles. I'm calling from State 2.
All right, Charles, let's talk.
On the Senate President, I think it is competent, very, very important there. And I suggest if need be for the Muslims to go, why not? It's competent. Religion has no role to play here. It's okay. Let's continue. That's how nations are built. Secondly, on the matter of Nnamdi Kanu and the sit at home, it is a very sensitive issue that can never go away unless Nnamdi Kanu is released and a referendum is conducted. Have a wonderful day.
Well, that's something maybe the president will look into in days to come. The review of the case, and well, one thing you remember, it talked about during his own speech, inauguration speech, was the fact that he talked about rule of law. Will there be much of that in his administration? We've seen promises broken, or should I say revised, or promises just promised with interpretation of how best to follow through with that. That's something I've learned now. Just be sure what you heard versus what was done. At the end of the day, we're all here to see what happens next. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, World Class Dr. Femi. Congratulations to Happy Democracy Day to all of us. Congratulations to you. Man City has done it.
Thank you very much.
World Class Dr. Femi, I'm confused. I'm very, very confused. We have 3 arms of government, right?
Yes.
And they are supposed to operate the principle of separation of powers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot understand why the executive cannot allow the legislators to exercise that freedom of separation of powers by they themselves electing those that will lead them. I cannot understand why we have 3 tiers of government, but the local government is not allowed to operate independent of itself. What is really happening? Honestly, it gets me disturbed. It gets me disturbed. Allow these people to choose who they think can lead them. It is their constitutional and prerogative right to do so. Because when you begin to superimpose and things did not go your way, then there is a problem. Mr. Femi D,
yes.
As it is now, nobody can beat his chest tomorrow to say this is who will be the speaker and this is who will be the Senate president. Because the old permutation don't pafuka now as we talk.
All right, well.
50-50.
50-50, maybe even lower than that. Okay. But
you are following the news too, ba? So on the ground, so things are happening.
Of course, in the voice of
Make a carry mawala go.
In the voice of a Nigerian to say many things are happening. Let me just say it like that. I don't want to say more than that. But don't forget, President Bola Tinubu will be speaking at 7 a.m. Today, just to share his viewpoint, of course, on Democracy Day. This will be his first speech to the Nigerian populace. That's not an inaugural speech. It's going to be his first speech as the president, in which you touch on a few issues, I presume. I suspect, of course, he will talk on the likes of one of the biggest symbol and inspiration for the day like this, MKO Abiola. He will talk about him. Maybe even rule of law and the likes of that will be part of the things he would touch on, and just like the gentleman talked about that earlier. But stand by, we'll bring that speech for you as it happens, okay? Dr. Mr. Libera from Owerri says Nigerians say no to imposition of any sort in this country. Our legislators should elect those who feel are competent to pilot their affairs. With the rule with hue and cry in everything, let the collective will and good of the greater majority of the people succeeds. The loyalty and allegiance of political parties must never, ever compete with or be above national interests. Sulaiman says, great job. God bless Femi. Now and always, Omone KB from Asosi. God bless you too. Thank you for your kind words. Good morning, Femi D. Keep up the good work. Fitzgerald writing in. Thank you so much, Fitzgerald. Good morning, Nigeria Info. Watching live from Imo State. Good morning to you. Good morning, Femi D. You're the best. Thank you, Titus Taguma. Prince Paul Etima says, good morning. Now, wow, killing in Nigeria is so alarming. It is well, he writes. James Ebenezer on Facebook also did join the comments. He said, good morning, Femi. Nigeria news as always. Tony Babo, I hope I got your name right now. Tony Babo writes in, he did say, Mr. Femi, good morning. Good morning to you. Oludade Abiodo also did join in. It talked about, just a moment, it says both Emefiele and Sirika, most recently, Emefiele and Sirika must not go unpunished because they committed crime against Nigerians. That's according to Oludade. All right, but these are interesting points of view. I'll share for you what was said by former Minister of Aviation, the interview he had with Arise TV, courtesy of Arise TV, of course. I'd like you to listen to his viewpoints and, accusing lawmaker of requesting for 5%, in which the lawmaker has responded now, saying, no, it's not true. And, well, we're seeing this as it plays out. And many other interesting news stories from the weekend into today. Today is Democracy Day. There are many sides to it. Listen close as the president brings you his insight into what the country will become under his leadership. These and many more coming up right here on Nigeria Info Morning Crossfire with Femi Live. Stay close.
Informative.
Nothing breaks the news like the news. Trust me, I can prove it. I do it every morning on Morning Crossfire from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Nigeria Info 95.1, and I'm Femi D. Amede. Join the biggest conversation around the national politics every day in a way that is trustworthy, full of passion, and yes, covers the biggest politics and the stories that matter to you. See, you have all the reasons to find out what's going on in Nigeria and be engaged differently. Let's talk. That's the way to go, even this morning.
This is Nigeria